All right, here we go. We got a Battletech game going on while we're being attacked by dogs. All right, what we have here is this raised area right here is a road that goes along here. So you get a +1 movement modifier if you stay on the road completely the entire time. Obviously, if you make a turn on any corners, you got to make a basic pilot check to go from there. But over here in our last game, we had the Brian Cashe that picked up some mechs, and they are being escorted along with some Maxims down the road over here, and the job is to get them off the board. And we're facing off against some of the mechs that were in the last game that escaped and are coming back with their friends. And let's see. Did I miss anything here?
They did.
Sounds like
sounds about right.
Sounds about right. So for turn 1, and the first card up is me, so I'm going to have to move first.
Oh, that's good.
And we'll be back with turn 1 on the big white die over here. That is a big white die. So there we go. All right, we'll be back. Turn 1 is complete. Over here we had a couple hussars flying along here. Took some pot shots. Almost hit the wolfhound. Or not a falcon. Yeah, all that. And over here we had a really good pilot with clan weaponry and a fire starter hit with 2 clan ER large lasers. And they forced me to re-roll one of them with an edge, and I missed with it. Otherwise, that would have been nice and toasty. But I did get into your leg, but I failed that crit.
Yeah.
And over here, we're still trying to spool up the fusion reactors on these mechs that we've got out of the
Brian Cashe.
Yeah. So over here, a nice Gauss slug went flying over here and almost clipped in.
Yep.
Came close, just missed by that
And
much.
when your ER largest.
Yeah.
So,
All right, so that is it. These guys over here come flying in there, sprinting onto the board to get close because their weapon systems are basically they're fighting against Intersphere mechs with clan weaponry, pretty much, or Star League equipment. So there. We'll be back with turn 2. On the big white. Where the heck's the 2 at? There it is. Turn 2. We'll be back. Turn 2. Over here, everybody moseying down the causeway right here. The hussars got over here into the corner. Did a little bit of shootout with this mech over here. And then this Centurion unleashed with his rack over there and missed. And then over here, this little locust comes flying in here, goes prone. Next, this hatchement's next to him, above him, and these guys over here. So the Jenner fires over here, needing really low numbers and missed with everything. Which was, if it wasn't for that prone, I think we would hit. It was that one mod that made the difference. And then the Firestar shot over here with a couple ERs from the back. And then this one Firestar with 2 large lasers fired over here and hit that catapult. And was it the crab?
Crab shot.
And hit here.
Yep.
All right.
And then Vindicator.
And then everybody else that's in the area that could see fired on the Centurion up on the road and did 77 damage. And he's still standing, but his armor is pretty much stripped off on this front. He's like, whoa, I'm getting to that point on the center torso where it's like,
I could use some fucking support up here, you bunch of fucking pussies. That's what he's saying.
okay, this is the family channel. What do you get when a bunch of veterans are around? All right, so
that's just say it like it really is.
Don't hold back. All right, so is there anything else that oh yeah, one of these guys got their engine spooled up on one of the Maxim. and so he can start moving like normal. All right, so that is it. That's the end of the turn. So we're moving to turn 3 on the big giant white die. There we go, and we'll be back. Turn 3, we had the vehicles are now up to speed. Blackjack is up here. We had the flash mosing down. Everybody's going down the road. Unleashed onto that Crusader that's sitting right there. And Centurion was right next to him. Looked up to him with a rack with 5 on the rack 6, hit with 5. And some medium lasers tore him up. Tore almost all of his armor off. The big thing over here was this Hussars right there, and they opened up on him with everything that was in this region, ripped him to pieces, and he exploded in a giant supernova and tore all the armor off of that Falcon right there.
Wolfhound.
That's a Falcon. And
It's not a Falcon.
then over here, oh, we forgot the kick. We got a kick going on right there.
2 of them.
2 of them, kick. We got all about that. We got so involved in blowing up stuff. And over here, they tore a bunch of armor off that Mercury, and then they edged the double leg hit on it. So didn't get all the crits on his leg, but yeah, it's the way it is. So what else? And then these guys here, we had a indirect fire over here with clan LRMs. Did some major damage to the Centurion. Got 3 crits on his leg, and he falls. And got 2 head hits. What else we got here? Did I miss anything?
Centurion out in the middle.
This guy got tore up pretty good.
Yeah, the Mercury over there got ripped up.
Hey, that's all 3.
Okay, so that is the end of turn 3. Moving on to turn 4. There we go. Okay, here we go. Yeah, it's a bad day in the office. Turn 4 is a bloody booming excess. All right, okay, over here. This Firestar moved over here. That one moved over there. Laid down some fire onto this Centurion. Shot it up pretty good. We got some crits, though. 1 crit. I got an engine hit on that thing? Yeah.
On what?
Centurion? I think it was.
I don't know. I didn't know I'm back, so.
Yeah, I think I got an engine hit on it. And then it tried shooting the Jenner and it kind of whiffed. Now, the interesting thing over here, they did put some fire, shot up the Locust pretty good, but not enough to cause much havoc on it. And, well, during the melee phase, the Hatchet man tried to attack, failed epically, and then the Locust kicked the Hatchet man
and knocked him over.
Kicked him in the chest, then he failed his pilot check and fell on his face. Did more damage falling
by double.
Yeah, it's like the Locust totally whiffed and then does enough in the melee phase to actually knock him over. Then way over here, the other Hussar went flying down the road and was intercepted by this Jenner, and then got blasted in the rear, shot through, hit the engines, and
Actually, it blew up itself.
yeah, then it blew up.
It
We got his leg kicked off. We got a leg kicked off. When he hit the ground, it blew up.
And then he went supernova, exploding, and did 27 damage to the Jenner, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, really good.
And a little bit of damage to the crab.
You know, just a wee bit of damage there, but
7 points damage to the crab.
yeah. Now, then over here, the other thing is this. Over here we see a assassin tried to do a death from above on the Flashman. The Crusader mech there tried to do he's going to land a DFA on the vehicle, one of the vehicles right there. He did succeed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And everybody shot. There was like 4 vehicles and one mech.
Centurion, one mech.
Shot at him, but enough to do damage on you to make a pilot check. You passed that, and then you succeeded with your DFA. barely.
You know
But-
why? You know why he made it? Is because the people that were shooting at him were shooting at him from two different directions. Some hit his rear armor, some hit his front.
Just kept him up.
No crits.
Yeah. Now, like, we can't say it was all good for the assassin pilot who tried his DFA on the Flashman. Well, he took some damage, got 2 gyro hits from internals because he got shot in the back, and auto failed and then dove in and crashed and burned.
You do a seatbelt check?
Yeah.
He's made it.
It's for the assassin, that's an automatic. Okay, over here, yeah, you see a bunch of clouds of smoke. Well, because right in that big cloud right there used to be the Centurion. Now the Centurion got hammered by
The Blackhawk.
The Blackhawk.
10 ER mediums,
Did you
all
vote for your
hit.
shutdown?
No, he has not.
No, I did not.
Let's just see that beautiful beam footage. Roll Snake Eyes there. Oh, he's fine.
Solid.
He didn't shut down. Bummer.
You only needed 4.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
So he put 10 ER medium lasers clan, so that was 70 damage on the already ripped off all the armor in the first place,
Centurion.
and did what? 5 engine hits
Yep.
and 3
Ammo
ammo explosions.
Pilot gone.
And it exploded into a massive fireball. That was the hit parade beginning. That explosion went into the back of the Vindicator. Okay, the Vindicator took some damage and put some damage into the catapult. Fine, not bad. But the explosion from the blowing up, because he went supernova, put a bunch of damage into the back of the Vindicator, put some damage on the catapult.
And hit the Lancelot, causing him to explode.
Well, he ripped most of his armor off from everybody shooting over in that direction, and then most of his armor is denuded, and he took 30 points of damage to his face, and got a bunch of crits, and did a bunch of engine hits, and he went supernova, exploded into a massive fireball. Fine, which did more damage to the Vindicator, which more to the catapult,
And more damage to the other last
and then did the explosion from that one, and that one had enough to a head to make a pilot check from the explosions. And
The Lancelot fell over just from mechs exploding.
yeah, it's like the explosion blew him over.
He was not targeted by anyone.
He just fell over. Then the damage goes from that explosion and hits the back of the poor unsuspecting assassin, which caused a second gyro hit, which caused him to fail his DFA and go into the turf.
So your chance of making that DFA was pretty slim anyway.
Yeah,
And if they got bigger than 12.
but it was a distraction. It
I
was,
had the skill for it.
yeah.
I get it.
Okay, and the Blackhawk took a little bit of damage on him from the explosions.
Did you ask
So
for a reroll?
that
How many times?
that's the end of the turn. We're moving on to turn 5. Yeah, I don't think we've had 4 mechs blew up on that one. Yeah, 4 mechs.
3.
Three.
Lost 3. 3 blew up this turn.
Yeah.
1 before. So
And what is it so far? 4 for 4 this game on mechs blowing.
Yeah.
yeah.
We've never had that happen before.
No. That's
Only
a
in Starfleet Battle.
okay. So we're moving on to turn 5. All the melees are done. Oh yeah, the other thing was that the Centurion tried to kick the Jenner and missed and made his pilot check there.
If he would have had an edge, he would have used it. Didn't have it.
All right, used up a lot of edges. All right, we'll be back with turn 5. Turn 5. Well, over here, the hatchet man came over here and shot up the Centurion. Did you kick him?
I never had a chance. He fell on the ground. I killed him first.
Oh, okay. So you missed with that
Yeah.
opportunity. All right. So a hatchet man that couldn't hit with anything, but he finally on his 5th turn does hit something.
Yep.
All right. After we whittled that poor Centurion down to nothing, you come along and steal kill.
This had to be one of the more brutal battles we fought.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
a kill too. Yeah, I forgot.
And over here, the Blackjack unleashed into the down assassin, the unmissing Firestarter over here for the first time ever today, missed with everything that he shot at this wolfhound
We
thing,
saved that
Falcon.
because that would have been the difference in the game right there.
Yeah, if he would have hit with anything, it would have been just tear it up.
Well, if Rodney would have nailed that and destroyed that assassin too,
Yeah,
he came one hit point away in the center torso from killing it.
yeah, I probably should have shot at it, but it was the same shooting there. Then over here, the Jenner shot into and wiped out the what do you call that thing? The locust.
Locust.
And then there's some shots went over here and shot the heck out of that crab.
Looks like it was a firing squad along that wall.
Yeah, it was pretty much. And then we had some melee going on here. We had the Jenner and the Flashman tried to kick each other. The Jenner did kick. And then the Catapult, the Jenner, the Puma, and what else do we had here? What else shot it? And the Blackhawk shot the Vindicator, which is right there, and obliterated it, and did 10 crits on the center torso. And that was 6 engine hits, and it went supernova.
Number 5, right? Do we have 5 blows of the day?
1, 2, 3,
Yeah,
4, 5. Yes, five mechs blew to
Record.
pieces.
That's a record.
Yeah,
That to be a lesson, not to stand next to the guy next to you.
yeah. And unfortunately, the explosion damaged the crab really bad, and it fell down. Did some damage on the. Actually, the explosion was like the Jenner's like, well, my pristine armor finally got hit, and it was from my buddy over here blowing up. Okay, and there was a over here, a Lancelot decided he left the battlefield to escape with the gear.
Nope, I didn't.
So okay, so
I can't get that.
You know,
that's
if,
it.
If I'd have remembered that we had to roll his ejection, I wouldn't have burned all those crits on the or re-rolls on the.
Yeah.
I would have burned 5 of those on making sure he ejected to save the pilot.
Yep. So the end result was a dead Vindicator pilot and a dead Centurion pilot, and that turn. So a lot of dead pilots today, but it was a minor victory for House Marik.
Mm-hmm.
Stopped a lot of the goods escaping.
1 victory point away from the next level.
Oh yeah, when the Vindicator exploded, it blew up a vehicle on a crit. It's like boxcars have a
That was
tendency to blow shit up.
Big difference in the game right there.
Yeah, if it wouldn't have blown that one up.
Yeah, that would have. You guys would have got a major victory.
Yep.
See, what you did is you thought you were doing great, and you caused the thing. You gave yourself a minor
I blew
victory.
up the Vindicator. I don't care. That's just the way it is.
So minor victory for House Marik, and the mercenaries are leaving the battlefield.
With their tails between their legs.
Which really surprises me.
Yeah.
Which means can they...
Well,
They're
the
gonna
mercs were going on into the field of battle with all their lights.
With
But-
their lights and plus the fact they're trying to get the Brian Cashe. You made it out with the Lancelot.
Yeah.
Intact, pretty much.
And at the cost of 4 mechs, 5 mechs, we gained 1.
And no HPG stuff.
And the hyperpulse generator on the mobile device, we didn't get that either.
Yeah.
That sucked.
Here's what the ejection
All
would have
right,
been.
we'll be back with another game sometime.
89s.